Well, hey there, folks. So, if you couldn't make it to our Fun Fold class, let's just go over the cards real quick, okay? So this is what I'm calling the double open. I saw it on Lynn Dunn's blog, and she had a tutorial. It was pretty quick and easy, and I think you'll really like it. And one of the reasons I was drawn to it is you get to see both sides of the designer series paper. Okay, so you start with your square of designer series paper, 5.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at 1 3/4 from the left hand edge, and that makes your first fold. Okay, so you're going to get actually a half a sheet. Whoops, there's all my cheat sheet. You'll get a whole half a sheet of Blushing Bride. So what you're going to do is cut it in half at 4 1/4. Okay, so it'll be 8.5 by 5.5, and you'll cut it in half. And then you'll just use half of it for your base to put your designer series paper on. The other half becomes this mini card. Okay, so here's the other half, 4 1/4 by 5.5, and you just score it at 2 3/4. This will all be in the written tutorial, so you won't need to worry. All right, and then when you mount them, they will overlap a little bit. Okay, so you put your adhesive on the back side of the big part of your designer series paper, and then you put adhesive on the back side. Now make sure your fold is going the other way on your little mini card. Okay, it's going to seem a little counter intuitive, but that's where you want it. Okay, you want your fold for the mini card to the right and the fold for the designer series paper to the left, and then they overlap that little bit. Okay, designer series paper on the front, you'll have a piece of white, basic white for the inside, so you have a place to write your message. Okay, and then whatever greeting you want to put on the front. Okay, so that's a pretty basic one, and the measurements are pretty straightforward. Okay, so this fun one was a Rachel Tessman one that I saw, and I really liked it, and I love this Celebration Farm paper. So yours may look the same, or you may have sort of the top half of the scene with more sky and some other animals, but whatever. Anyway, Rachel's measurements are a little sort of funky. I figured them out and decided that the 16ths weren't really very necessary. So I think I scored this at 3 and something. Anyway, that'll also be in the tutorial. So then you cut your designer series paper from the left so that you're cutting and making sure that your scene continues and flows the way it should, and your eyes kind of fill in the gaps. So this one, you'll notice, is cut a little wider than our front page and overhangs just a little bit. But when it's open all the way, it matches up just the way it should. Okay, so that when it stands, you have your whole scene. Okay, so again, all the measurements and everything will be in your tutorial, and I have already done the cutting and scoring for you for this particular one. But if you want to make more, you will have all the information. Okay, so then we put a little piece of white here for your greeting or whatever you want to put there. You could also put a piece on the back if you wanted more space. Okay, now when I put this one on, actually when I put this one on, I tried to make sure that it was mostly hidden from view. Okay, and again, you're going to want to be careful where you put your adhesive. So I went along the folded edge here, and then on this edge of my designer series paper, so that when it stuck down, I didn't have to worry about any overhang here. Okay, and then when you put this piece in, you're going to go ahead and kind of line it up so that it fits and you leave roughly the same gap. Mine's a little bigger this way. It should have probably gone that way a little bit. So anyway, and then your last piece is the smallest piece over here that shares its space with your greeting piece. Okay, so pretty fun, and lots of, you could do it in with just floral paper. You could do anything that sort of has a continuous line. I just thought that the scene from the farm paper was just too cute not to use. All right, so our easel card is pretty fun. Oh, I had a spare I wanted to show you. That's okay. So this easel card is sort of two parts. Many of our easel cards are just something that has something popped up on a dimensional to hold it open. This actually has a little lip. So when you do your scoring, here's your 4 1/4 by 11 piece, and your scores are here. So your first one is at 5 1/2. Yeah, I think that's right. And then anyway, the measurements will be in your tutorial. So then you want one to sort of fold in half, and then the other two go back and forth the other way to create this little lip on the bottom. Then when you add your white piece, which is scored just in the middle, then that sort of sets in that little track right there, so that it can stand up like that. All right. So I did some stamping. I used the Ladybug stamp set for this, and this was one from Celebration, but you can use any greeting. These are dies from the Something Fancy, and this is that designer series paper that you get a whole bunch of. It's a $100 choice from Celebration. And I just thought that the dots went really nice with the dots on our ladybug. So anyway, a little bit different form of an easel card, but gives you plenty of space to write on the inside. Okay. All right. And so the fourth card is it's called a triple fold or something like that. And this was one that I found from Lisa Curcio. I really enjoy her videos sometimes. So a greeting and the little owl from the Adorable Owls, but any cute character that you have, or a flower, or whatever would go fine there. Okay. So the base is just 4 1/4 by 11. Same as a lot of our longer folded cards. And then you'll have all the measurements for the scoring. And I think they're at like 2 1/2 and 4, 7 and 8 1/4. And then you just fold it up like that. So they go forward and back, forward and back. And then you just add your pieces that way. Okay, and this piece is a little bit smaller. I don't think I can get it to, well, you might be able to see. So this one is a little bit, is this the smaller one? Maybe this is the smaller one. Anyway, you can just, it just folds. So I will probably do another quick video that shows me putting maybe this one for sure together. But I really think that you're going to find they all go together quite easily, and you can use whatever stamps you have. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry that you couldn't join us for class. I know the weather was an issue and all of that sort of thing. So I hope that you enjoy making your cards. If you have any questions at all, please give me a shout, and I will be happy to walk you through anything or answer any questions you might have. So that should be that. So again, let me know if you have any questions, but they should go together pretty easily. I chose these fun folds on purpose because they did carry a pretty significant wow factor coming out of the envelope, but again, aren't terribly, terribly complex. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.